Hello, everyone. Yeah, it's me again. Yes, the world just can't get rid of me just yet. Just saying. My daughter came over yesterday, and oh, what did she do? She did something, and I said, "Oh, hey, why are you over?" She's like, "Oh, I came to apologize." I said, "For what?" I said, I said, "You don't have to do that." I said, "We know each other well enough, you know." I mean, I can't even remember now what it was. It was something, and I kind of jokingly, I said, "Well, I'm going to my house, so there," you know. And I guess she thought, "Ooh, maybe I should not have said it in the way I said that." Well, anyway, she came over, and I said, "Ah, we had a good little talk, you know." Um, and we were sitting there, and I said, "So, what you gonna do for dinner?" She says, "Ugh." She says, "I just don't feel it." She says, "I took some fish out." But oh my gosh, I'm just gonna wait until her husband comes home, and he says, "I'm gonna see how hungry he is." He says, "I'm not really hungry." I said, "Yeah, in 2 hours you will be." And anyway, so I don't know. I think I'm just gonna see what there's in the fridge. Otherwise, I'm going. No, I said, "You know what? We got that Brussels sprouts over there. We need to use up." I said, "Let's not let that go bad. And it needs to be used." And I said, "Hey, how about some? We'll when we make baked potatoes, we cut them in half. They come out, they go faster, and I like the little crispy part on top. Then I cut them in half, put a little oil in a pan, uh, like a cookie pan, and then I put the potatoes upside down in and smear it around, and then you put them in the oven for about 30 minutes. It just about doesn't matter what size they are, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and then they have that nice crisp, little browned bottom, and it's a little less than a whole big potato. Yes. Anyway, so let's do that, and she's like, "Oh yeah, okay." I said, "You know what? I'll come over and we'll do it together." And she's like, "Oh yeah, that's great." So we did, and we made this. We had all these mushrooms. Someone brought us a whole bunch of little packs of mushroom. They still looked really great, but mushrooms only last for so long. And a whole bunch of other stuff. Some of it needs to be used up, a little faster than later, sooner than later. And she says, "Hey, mom, how about we put some bacon into the Brussels sprouts and look at all the mushrooms. I said, oh, let's do some mushrooms too." So anyway, we ended up making this just fabulous, delicious meal. She cooks fish really good. So when we have fish, I always like, "Yeah, I make it good too," but she just makes it really good. I don't know. It's just some things we just greater at than others, and she's greater at that than me. So, and oh, it just all came out so delicious, and you would think the little one, fish and Brussels sprouts and mushrooms. Oh, she gobbled it up. She loves that stuff. We found out yesterday she doesn't like peaches. She doesn't like them fresh, and she doesn't like them out of the can. Fed them all to the dog. She ate the rest of it. That was her on her breakfast, and then a little later on, picked them all out, gave them to the dog, and ate her oatmeal. Anyway, so she has this very interesting taste. There's some things she won't eat strawberries either. Doesn't like strawberries. Not yet. So yeah, she loves her vegetables, and yeah, okay. I have to be honest. We got some organic ketchup, yeah, and she just likes to dunk her stuff in a little ketchup, and but she eats it just like that, just amazing. So we all enjoyed. After, she was so unmotivated to cook, and then we ended up doing it together. Yes, teamwork makes the dream work. And everybody. Her husband was just praising the both of us, on that was a delicious meal. We mostly have delicious meals, okay? So, and that was just nice, just so nice. Yes, loved it, loved it. And then, so let's get reading now. And then when I remember, if I remember it, I'll share something else again where I have to say Dear Lord, it's a good thing that there's a screen between people because some really deserve uh, a swat on their mouth. Hands, since they're doing this, right? Yes? Unbelievable. People could be way more productive with their unhappiness, uh, doing something besides, yeah, yeah. Go, okay. If I'll remember, I'll say more. Be more productive with their unhappiness, or instead of letting it out on other people, kind of examine their own life and see what's going on in my life that I'm like that. Right? Yes? Yeah. Against the embassy to Egypt. We're in the book of Isaiah 30. Woe to the rebellious children, declares Yahweh, who make plans which do not come from me. Oh, ho, 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 and make alliances not inspired by me, and so add sin to sin. They are leaving for Egypt without consulting me, to take refuge in Pharaoh's protection, to shelter in Egypt's shadow. Pharaoh's protection will be your shame, the shelter of Egypt's shadow your confounding. For his princes have gone to Zoan, and his messengers have reached Hanes. Everyone has been disappointed by a people who cannot help, who bring neither aid nor profit, only disappointment and confusion. Okay, did this really come from God? Well then, didn't Joseph find shelter in Egypt and was very well eventually, first he ends up in jail, and find eventually great respect and was treated very well, and then was able to save what? Lots of people from starvation. All right, so that does not apply then. That did not apply to Joseph, but now this applies to. Is God really a flip flopper to people out there? I know this sounds pretty good actually. I started reading, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, why not stay under the protection of God? Well, I said, did God use Egypt to protect his people from starvation through Joseph? I'm just asking. So again, well, so one times it is okay, and then other times it's not. Well, who would know when it is and when not? Yes. Not sure what happened here exactly. Why did people need to go to Egypt and be under the protection of the Pharaoh? I have no idea. Maybe it was during the time when Joseph was actually. Maybe this was during the time when Joseph was there. And people are starving and there's nothing to eat. You're probably going to go flocks to somewhere where there is something to eat. Yes? Okay, I'm just saying. Another prophecy against an embassy. Oh, and what are embassies? Aren't embassies in a way, what do they call them? The go-between, I can't remember the other name. The go-between between countries where you're trying to keep things talked out and regulated and right? Yes, I'm not sure. Okay, so why another prophecy against an embassy? Can't see that coming from God. I'm sorry, people. Proclamation about the beasts of the Negeb. Into the land of distress and of anguish, of lioness and roaring lion, of viper and flying dragon, they bear their riches on donkeys' backs, their treasures on camels' humps, to a nation that cannot help. Egypt, whose help is vain and futile, and so I call her Rahab the collapsed. I don't know what to. Whatever. Testament. Now go, inscribe this on a tablet, write it on a scroll, so that it may serve for time to come, forever and forever. This is a rebellious people. They are lying children. And God would have that inscribed on a tablet. Okay. Children who will not listen to Yahweh's law, to the seers they say see nothing, to the prophets do not prophesy the truth to us, tell us flattering things, have illusionary visions, turn aside from the way, leave the path, rid us of the Holy One of Israel. Okay, the people said that. It's laid at the people's feet. Why do I have a feeling that that's not true? And that there were brings me back to Jesus' time then, right? So I got to go move forward a little bit. Where what did the high priests do? They didn't want to hear about Jesus. Why not? What was so bad about Jesus and what he was giving to the people? Was it the people really that rejected Jesus? Who did the work there actually to get Jesus nailed on the cross? Was it the people, the commoners? Just asking. Yes, okay, all right. Is it any different today? So the Holy One of Israel says this: since you have rejected this word and put your trust in fraud and disloyalty and rely on these, for you this guilt will prove to be a breach opening up a bulge at the top of a wall, which suddenly and all at once comes crashing down. Yes. How come when God told was it I think it was Nathan, was it Nathan or Simon? Nathan, the prophet, when Nathan came and said, well, the people want a king. The people of Israel, they want a king because everybody else has a king. So we want a king. And God says, why do you need a king? You got me. And I'm telling you, no, nothing good will come of it. It will end badly. But okay, if the people want a king, then go give them a king. How come the prophets at that time didn't tell the people, no, wait a minute. That's not how we work. Yes? So at that time, that was not going against God. That was not, right, disobeying the laws, the heavenly laws. But here now suddenly, because another people is involved, now suddenly that becomes important. Hey, then you know what? That's selective something whatever. Yes? When it serves oneself to break the law, it's perfectly fine. But then when you see other people say, hey, wait a minute, where are you going? Aren't you supposed to stay with me? Now you're breaking the law. Now you're breaking heavenly law. Oh, then suddenly that becomes important. Oh, how interesting. Okay, then. Yeah, just saying. He will shatter it like an earthenware pot, ruthlessly knocking it to pieces, so that of the fragments not one shard can be found, with which to take up fire from the hearth or scoop water from the storage well. So at the time when, again, the people of Israel wanted a king, and God says, well, so I'm not good enough for you? Okay, go ahead. Did he do any of that? Did he get all mad and say, well, you know what, I'm going to teach you a lesson? He didn't. Why would he suddenly now? Again, how do people look at that time? How was God presented to the people? Through people they wanted to trust, should be able to trust. How was God presented? Very sad, isn't it? All right. For Lord Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, says this: your salvation lay in conversion and tranquility, your strength in serenity and trust, and you would have none of it. No, you said, we shall flee on horses, and so flee you will. Yeah, who flees on horses? The poor people, the commoners? And again, we shall ride on swift ones, and so your pursuers will be swift. 1,000 will quake at the threat of one, and when 5 threaten, you will flee, until what is left of you will be like a flagstaff on a mountain top, like a signal on a hill. Okay. God will forgive. Oh. So, you know what? Wow, this is so... I feel like I'm getting brainwashed here right now. God will forgive. But Yahweh is waiting to be gracious to you, the exalted one, to take pity on you. For Yahweh is a God of fair judgment. Blessed are all who hope in him. Yes, people of Zion living in Jerusalem, you will weep no more. He will be gracious to you when your cry for help rings out. Isaiah, I have no idea how you came up with all this in succession, but boy, that's pretty crafty. As soon as he hears it, he will answer you. When the Lord has given you the bread of suffering and the water of distress, he who is your teacher will hide no longer, and you will see your teacher with your own eyes. Can I say this one more time? When the Lord has given you the bread of suffering and the water of distress, he who is your teacher will hide no longer, and you will see your teacher with your own eyes. I'm sorry, Father. I am so sorry, Heavenly Father, Heavenly Mother, that you are being displayed in such a way. Your ears will hear these words behind you. That's why I'm doing this, for the reputation of God. This is the way, keep to it. Whether you turn to the right or left, you will hold unclean the silver plating of your idols and the gold plating of your images. You will throw them away like the polluted things they are, shouting after them, good riddance. He will send rain for the seed you sow in the ground, and the bread that the ground provides will be rich and nourishing. That day your cattle will graze in wide pastures. Oxen and donkeys that work the land will eat for fodder wild sorrow. Spread by the shovel load and fork load on every lofty mountain. That's probably not going to be very healthy for these oxen and donkeys, but okay. On every lofty mountain, on every high hill, there will be streams and watercourses on the day of the great slaughter when the strongholds fall. Oh, dear Lord. Then moonlight will be bright as sunlight, and sunlight itself be 7 times brighter, like the light of 7 days in one, on the day Yahweh dresses his people's wound and heals the scars of the blows they have received. It's a prophecy. And the threats, the veiled threats, some are right out, right? And then the rewards, if you, are stunted enough for. Does it really work that way? Did it that work that way? Hmm? People must have been very superstitious at that time, or maybe not. And wow, that's quite something. I said, it's I feel like I'm getting brainwashed here, and I'm a little too smart for stuff like that. Against Assyria. Here we go again. See the name of Yahweh. Here comes the next one. So we had Egypt. Now it's Assyria. Okay, see the name of Yahweh comes from afar. Blazing his anger, heavy his threat. What did I just say? His lips are brimming over with fury. His tongue is like a devouring fire. His breath is like a river in spate, coming up to the neck to sift the nations with the sieve of destruction, to harness the peoples in a bridle that will lead them astray. Your song will be. What? Your song will be like that on a festal night, and there will be joy in your hearts as when to the sound of the flute, people making a pilgrimage to the mountain of Yahweh, the rock of Israel. Wait a second. What was that first part? And then the second. Yahweh will make his majestic voice ring out. He will show the weight of his arm in the heat of his anger. With a devouring fire, with thunderbolt, downpour, and hailstones. Yes, at Yahweh's voice, Assyria will be terrified. He will strike him with his rod. Each time he goes by will fall the punishing rod that Yahweh will lay on him, to the sound of tambourines and harps in the battles which he will wage against him with uplifted hand. So killing other people is a joyful thing. Okay. Yes, Topeth has been ready for a long time now. That too is ready for the king. Deep and wide his pyre, fire and wood in plenty. Yahweh's breath, like a stream of brimstone, will set fire to it. Bunch of gibberish. Don't even. That's the end of 30. Oh. All right. It's so much of the same. I say the same thing again and again about it as well. So leave it at that. Uh, remember it. Okay. So I've talked about the videos that I've watched sometimes of the young people just sharing this and that, and I just love them for it. I love their kind heart and their good reasoning, when it comes to different things, and I'm so proud of them that they have the courage to say something and they stay very focused and still kind about things. Uh, but there's also other people that I enjoy very much watching. And one of them is this lady. She does all kinds of crafts with just things you find out there, and I find a lot of things out there. And recycles like egg cartons or this or that, and I've done several crafts that she shows. And I'm gonna do that. So I told about the orange peel stars, which I did, and they came out great. And then I used I haven't seen, I don't know, maybe I just didn't see them before, but our our oak tree dropped these tiny little acorns. A lot of them were kind of in doubles, and tons of them. That tree has so many things going on, including the oldest ink. Yeah, there's these little round balls that fall off the tree, and it's a parasite or something, and they fall off the tree and they dry up, and you add some sulfur to it, and you can make the oldest ink and longest lasting ink, right, with that. I want to do that. Maybe she should say anything. She may be watching my videos. But my youngest daughter is very much into art, this and that, and I wanted to make some for her. Yes, haven't yet. I'm still collecting more, but I think I have enough to make a little bit. So I might get into that. Yes, I'm going to have my son-in-law pick me up some of that sulfur, whatever I have to mix it up with, and yeah. Anyway, so this tree is just such a giving tree. Besides just lots of leaves coming down in the fall, and so this lady makes all these kind of crafts, and I saw a post this morning of hers where it's not a video, where she shares something again. She and I didn't notice. If she would never said anything, I would never noticed. She says to the ones out there who have made rude comments about my grammar, my English. Um, just want to let you know she has Lyme's disease, and the age that she's at, it probably wasn't treated quite as it can be treated now, and she has some problems from that. Yes, and lingering problems from that, which, because I said, if she would not never said anything, I would have never known. And so her speech or her English may have been affected by that. As I said, I didn't notice anything. And then she has a couple other things that she mentioned. So she said, to all of you who have done that, so what? Now what, should I not make the videos anymore, or this or that, right? And she told them, I said, if I've come to the conclusion that this is my safe space, And I'm doing this because I love doing it. I love sharing. And this is my safe space. And if you do that, if you are being rude like that, with comments like that, then you will be blocked and expelled from my page. Yes, absolutely. She, again, in the way that she wrote it, it was kind. It was not, you, baba. It was kind. It was said very matter of factly, and or posted and written down. And she let these people know, so, well, you don't have to be a part of my journey with my videos and my love for what I do with these crafts, making these crafts and sharing them. Yeah. Why do people do that? I see that on the most amazing videos, this and that, someone has to come in and not say, well, I have a little bit of a different viewpoint on this, but to be degrading the person sharing for no other reason that they can. So I think the rest of us who, all right, when that happens to me, it happens very seldom to me, but when it does happen, I always regard comments like that or this or that, where, well, that's not, doesn't really have anything to do with what I said or what I'm doing. It's just a very degrading comment for one reason or another. It shows the unhappiness and the discontent of the person shines through their comments. And to me, it's always a cry for help. So rather than go in and go with the flow of their energy, I try to bring in a little something better. Right? Yes, yeah. I don't always comment back because sometimes you have to say, sometimes saying nothing is better. Right? Gives them a better idea. So, but again, this is something. How dare people do that? How dare you troll around out there on the internet, and do that to other people? So wrong. It's just so wrong. Yes, I think it's wrong. And yeah, when I see it, I always go in and say, "What's your problem? Do you need to talk about it? There must be some underlying issue that you're not telling, and this is somehow your cry for help. So, do you want to talk about it?" I think if everybody were to do that, start doing that, do you want to talk about your actual problem? We can't discuss it. That'd be something, wouldn't it? Yes. All right, I have done that, and I've got actually some good responses back. Where dig a little deeper, and sometimes all they want is just attention. Adults who somehow never grown out of the temper tantrum stages of as a child of a child, and seems to be their only way to communicate that something's going on in their life, and they don't have anyone to talk to. Nobody. That's very sad. So we pray for people like that as well. Yes. I understand that this lady who does the crafts says, well, I am in a bit of a fragile stage due to the illnesses that I have, yet I have found an amazing outlet for me to share and love people. This woman is so, oh my gosh, she has the sweetest personality ever. Could I ever be like that? Probably not. It's not given to me. But she's so, and I could see that I don't have that fight in me to fight back. I don't want to. Yes, that's why people like me exist and go in and say, hey, two people who do that. What do you need to talk about? Whatever it is, if you don't want to tell, I will pray for you. so that things will get better and you won't have to troll the internet, be disagreeable to wonderful people, and bring up things that have nothing to do with their videos, even. Like what? Poor English? As I said, I would have never even noticed. Didn't notice. Didn't notice her say one thing wrong. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to share. Done talking. And there you go. Again, the best thing is to pray for people like that as well. Yes. And excited to see she said making for the people who are commenting so nasty, and I'm excited to see her next project is I'm collecting sticks because she's making this Christmas tree that she started, and now she's making all the little ornaments for it, and I'm excited to see how she's doing it because I want to do it too. Yes, besides all my own little ornaments that I make, this and that, I think it's going to be perfect here on my wall. I don't have room for a Christmas tree, but that one will have room. So excited about that. So there it is. Yes. May Heavenly Parent bless, protect you, guide you, and embrace you with love. Eldridge, my dearest brother in faith, I love you. It's an exciting time. Yes, let's keep praying. I hope that you take care of yourself well. Yes, eat well, and I will talk to you all another time.